Okay, let me try now. Let's see if it's working. Okay, I see the blue ring. Okay, good. Audio is now working. Perfect. Perfect. And the audio is up. Or, audio is working, sorry. The stream is up and the chat is up, so we're good. Alright, well, hello everyone, and welcome to the penultimate round of the F5 Championship here on PSGL. I'm K1997, your lead commentator for this race, and this time we are racing at the historic Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Quite obviously one of the most famous racetracks on the Formula One calendar, lying in the lakes of Interlagos in Sao Paulo, Brazil, is the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, a 2.677 mile racetrack featuring 15 turns and also 2 DRS zones with a primary overtaking spots with the D8 of DRS down the main straightaway towards turn 1 into the center S's. And then the other one at the back straightaway at the exit of Curva de Sol of turn 3, leading up to the Retro Posta, the back straight of turn, leading up towards turn 4 of the Cita de Lago. This track does have quite a bit of elevation changes as the drivers will have to go through as well, particularly in the middle sector that has a little bit of up and down undulation. And then, of course, probably the most important corner of the racetrack of all that will make up the lap as well for qualifying will be June Sao of turn number 12. We have to get a really good exit there. It's a bit of a tight left-handed corner, so drivers will have to be mindful of that. Will we see any wet weather interference? Now that will be another thing to keep an eye on because it is something in the past that we have seen, but in the real life and virtual world here at Interlagos. So we'll wait and see, but I guarantee qualifying will be quite close here, as I have seen on many occasions, because everybody knows this racetrack. It's a track quite literally everyone respects, as we've seen in previous times in modern Formula One, how it has provided some really good racing and some key moments in a lot of championships in previous years. Now, before we go fully focused into qualifying, there is just some news to go through. First, there were no incidents that were reported by the drivers from last week, so the results remain completely unchanged from the race at Zandvoort. In the Drivers' Championship, it's Oscar that still leads the way on 90 points. He's got 17 points of a difference between himself and Boom, who has 73. Oscar, basically, all he has to do is not have Boom outscore him by 1 point. If he does that, if Oscar can hold him off for that, then Oscar will become the F5 champion. In third is Nassim on 66, followed by Sieb in fourth with 65 points. Then it's Dave Van Rooten in fifth with 61, Felix in sixth with 41, along with Billy. Lyra Ayres in eighth with 34, Lakita in ninth with 29, along with Napple. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead the way on 122 points, followed by Alfa Romeo at second on 107. McLaren are in third with 93. AlphaTauri are in fourth with AlphaTauri in fourth with 75 points, excuse me. Red Bull in fifth with 54. Aston Martin are in sixth with 44, along with Alpine with 34 points. Williams in eighth with 29. Haas in ninth with 24, and Ferrari rounds it off with 14 points. Yeah, judging by mathematically, I think Nassim and Sieb are still somewhat in contention, if I'm not mistaken. But they would need like a miracle, I would say, in order to beat out Oscar. Felix 1 though sets the first time on the board, a 1 minute 7.9. As Oscar heads around turns 10 and 11 down Magulio. That's up towards the end of the middle sector. Looking quite racy there as well. Up towards the line comes our championship leader. head up towards the line. And actually, I have just noticed as well that Boomp is not in the session as well. So that probably would mean Oscar would claim the championship as long as he outscores his other rivals. But like I said, his rivals will need a miracle, I think, in order for him to win it. We'll ride along with Naseki, see how he does here on his first flying lap. Down towards the center Estes, down to third of turn 1, and up to the gear of fourth through turn 2. Into turn 3, hugging the inside of cover to Sol, down the back straightaway, down the retro Aposta towards the Cita de Largo. Into turn 4, braking just at the 100-meter board, down to fourth, using the outside curve as well on the exit. Around the kink of turn 5, up the hill towards Ferradura of turn 6, flick the car in, and then hug the inside curb, up towards now turn 10, or sorry, turn 8, then turn 9, and down to third around Perino. A little bit of a slide at the exit of 9, now into turn 10 of Pico Tapato, keeping it in third, and then through the flat left-hander of Magulio, hug the inside, and now up towards turn 12 of Junsao, spinning out. Car bottom out on the curb there, I noticed. As a result, his lap has been officially ruined. But something I have said before is all those liquid moly signs have been destroyed. You gotta be very careful how you go through that particular section. It's one of the more tricky, one of the corners that dictates your run down the main straightaway. So yeah, you have to be extremely careful. Yeah, it's a shame that Boop's not here, otherwise I probably would have... he would have tried to keep this championship fight alive. But at the rate it is, I probably would say Oscar will get it unless, like I said, his rivals get close to him. Alright, well, let's see if Napple can put up a clean lap. We'll just ride along with him instead and see if he can put up a decent lap. Up towards turns 1 and 2. This time keeps it in fourth, unlike Daniel, who did it in third and up to fourth around those corners. Up towards now the Retro Posta towards the Cita de Largo. And then we'll break just around the 100-meter board. Down to fifth, not fourth, like we saw the McLaren do. Up towards now Ferradura. You have to put the car to the left-hand side, then flip the car in when you go through the right-handers. Up towards now turn 8, then 9. Third gear, then short shift up to 4 to find the traction as best he can. Now head up towards Pico de Pato again. Hug the inside curb. Oh, the back end still complaining a little bit. Not as bad as what I saw from the McLaren earlier. Down to fourth gear. Doesn't go over the curb. Like I said, if you do that, the car will bottom out because of how the cars are designed. Now towards the finish line with the DRS open, and it's only good enough for P3 with a 1:07.637. Yeah, very solid lap indeed. C right now, heading up towards Ferradura. Actually, I'll work out a little bit of math here real quick as well while we're at it too. But yeah, Steve heading up towards now turns 8 and 9. Ooh, is there a Ferrari there on the grass? Steve heading up towards turn 12. I don't actually know. Judging by, because the maximum points you can get here in PSGL is 16 points. Nassim has 66. So yeah, he's out of contention. So Steve is out of contention. So yeah, Boob was the only one that could actually challenge Oscar then. Steve goes P5 with a 1:07.768. So technically speaking, that means the championship is most likely over then. That's a bit anticlimactic though, but that's what it is. Nick Hay up towards turn 4. Has not set a lap time just yet. Him and Daniel and his teammate Leonardo have yet to set lap times. on the board. The Ferrari through 6 and 7, representing car number 5. Of course, famously, Sebastian Vettel drove car number 5 for the Scuderia Ferrari back in from 2015 to 2019. Oh no, sorry, 2020. Sorry. Yeah, 2020 was his last year at Ferrari. Around Jinsao, up towards now the main straightaway with the DRS open. Yeah, those little kinks as well, they're considered corners as well. As Nick crosses the line, goes fourth, goes on the grass a bit in the process, but he goes fourth place with a 107.665, about 3 hundredths behind Napple at the moment. See here, Nasame up towards now the end of the first sector. What will the clock say for the Alpha driver? He's up by 38 thousandths to the first sector. Oscar following suit. Right behind is starting a flying lap as well. Up towards Fioradura. And then round the right hander. Keep the car pinned to the right. Do not have the car understeer wide outside, which Nassim perfectly does exactly that. Up towards now turn 10, down to 4th, down to 3rd, slowly down the gears. But the car looked like it's looking quite stable from the way it's looking. Clock says though he's up by 42 thousandths. It's still not enough if he wants to claim pole position. As Billy goes to P2 with a 107.555. He puts himself up into second, but that might be taken away because Nassim now goes back to second. This time with a 107.486. Oscar, though, has only found 9,000. He hasn't found much in this middle sector. Unless he got a good run out of the final turn, at the junction corner. Jun Sao, he did. He actually improved by 45 thousandths with a 107.3. It's not really a final corner, but it kind of is really a more significant final corner. As Daniel, I think, has just improved there to a 107.606. Napoli has just begun his flying lap. Hey, up towards turn 4. Clock says for Napoli, he's up by half a tenth to the first sector. How about Danny Van Rooten? Winner from last week at Danford as well. He's been on a pretty good form. Unfortunately, came a little too late. I know he was reserved when he first joined. I reckon he probably would have been a championship contender if he would have been full-time. Let's see here, Napple, Hay around Magulio, up towards the middle sector. The clock says he's found a 10th and a half. He's looking very racy here, is the Williams. And now he's just got the DRS and zone and then down the main straight. Crossing the line, is it enough for the pole? The answer is no. But he does get ahead of Nassim. He's up to second position by just less than a 10. As Danny Van Rooten goes to the top with a 107.336. Whew. Yeah, that's quick. As soon as I complimented him, he goes right to the top of the board. And not bad from our two-time Grand Prix winner here in this division. And so far from first to 11th is separated by 0.6 of a second. As I predicted, very, very close here qualifying. Lakita, though, is the only one that's not in the 107s yet. He's currently sitting at a 108.2. But everyone else, they look quite racy so far. Nick starts another lap as well, as we got 4.5 minutes to go. Up towards turn 1. Bit early though for him to do a lap, but let's see how he does through turns 1 and 2. Round covers the Sol, heading up towards the back straight of the Retro Buster towards the Cita del Lago. DRS wide open. Clock says he's up by just over a tenth and a half. Oh, but he runs wide at turn 4. Yep, and that's the lap invalidated. Unless he's got a new set of tires, I think he might go back into the pits. Fortunately, though, this out-lap and in-lap is very short. Also, I failed to notice as well, but Steve has now gone to third with a 107.371. Top 3 separated by 0.04 of a second. Yeah, so Nick's going to have to go back into the pits. He hasn't even bothered recharging his battery. So, yeah, he probably will get onto another set of tires I'm sure he's got to use. As Daniel's now out on track with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in qualifying. But of course, once we get to the later part of qualifying, the track should start to ramp up a little bit more with the track evolution. Daniel currently see P7 with a 107.606. In order for him to get pole, he needs to get less than 3/10. Oh, don't bend it on your outlap there, Daniel. Yeah, he's been saying most of his outlap just braking and accelerating at the same time. Basically, if you don't know what that is, if you're new to... Oh, he nearly lost it. If you're new to it, basically what it does, it builds up brake temperature, and when it does that, it builds heat into the tire's carcass. That's pretty much how this game was coded when they did this to warm up the tires. I'm not sure if it'll be like that for the next game, but we'll wait and see. Daniel's invalidated, but that's okay for him because he'll have another chance to go for another run. He just needs to recharge the batteries and get going, and that's about it. He should have plenty of fuel as well. You did get a heavy amount of fuel. Even when you have it at 5 kilos, you still have enough fuel to at least go for some runs. Naseki, meanwhile, the Frenchman heading up towards turn 1, and that's followed by an Aston Martin as well of Lakitu. Heading up towards around turn 3, up towards the back straight, towards Desida de Lago. Clock says he's down by a tenth. What about Lakitu? I didn't quite catch what it was for the first sector. Runs a little wide though at turn 4, but heads up towards now the Fiordora, up towards now turn number 8, now to turn 9. And then into turn 10 we go. Into Pico de Pato. Around turn 10, up towards Nambagulio. Car's a little bit in his view, but hopefully they'll get out of his way. Lakitu has found 4/10 to the middle sector. He has found a good chunk. He's going to have a little bit of traffic up front, but give him a little bit of slipstream. See what he can come up with. Can Lakitu get a good time on the board? He does get a decent time, a 107.774. That's all he can hope for. Best he can hope for is 10th. Van Rooten is invalidated. That's it for qualifying for him. Best he can hope for is at least the time he's got on the board, which is provisional pole. See, man, towards turn 4. Napa is up by... Oh, no, he's down by 3 thousandths. Oscar has found time in that middle sector. 75 thousandths up. At this rate, he definitely will claim pole position here. He just needs to get through this final sector. Should be straightforward. Up to the line he comes. And it is pole position with a 107.330. But does anyone else got a response? Steve's up by 8 thousandths. Napple to the middle sector is up by 39 thousandths. Can't Steve snatch pole away from. Can Napple snatch pole away? Billy's done with qualifying as well. Steve takes pole position here. For the 107.321, Napple goes P2 with 1,000th, separating those two for the 107.322, and that's it. Qualifying is done and dusted. 1,000th separated between Sieb and Napple right at the last gasp. And it's Sieb that gets pole position here for this Brazilian Grand Prix. 1,000 separating between the top two, 10,000 or 9,000 more specifically separating the top three, 15 separating the top four. What a show by the top four. Nassau gets P5, Billy P6, Dale 7th, Nick 8th, 9th is Naseki, Lakia 10th, Felix 1 and 11th, and Leonardo rounds it off in 12th. Yeah, no, what a brilliant qualifying here in Sao Paulo. But now it's time for the race. We may have only 12 cars, but it's not about the size of the field. It's about mainly the quality of the race. Oh, man, I think I remember, what was it, a while back? We did, like, some kind of, for PSGL, we did, like, some kind of Commentators' Cup challenge or something like that. Yeah, we did qualify around this place, and I think the time I did was like a 108.0. It could have been better if I'm totally honest. I had a lot of screw-ups on my last lap, I remember. But, yeah, I would have been last, really, if I raced in it. Yeah, it was like a good little side fun action there for the Commentators' Cup. Have all the PSGL commentators from both the PC and PlayStation come together and race. But anyway, it's not about that sort of race. It's about this one. But yeah, as it will stand, it's just going to be Oscar that will claim the drivers' championship because Boomp is not here, and also his other rivals, that being Nassum, as well, probably would be closest to those two. Not here. Danny Van Rooten, of course, is a little bit out of contention, unfortunately.